Hello everyone, my name is Amy Eversole, the Adult Services Librarian at the Perry County Public Library. Welcome to Miss Amy's Favorite Things, 12 Days of Christmas Edition. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make our own Christmas cards. So a few things that you'll need for this project are, of course, you're going to need some cardstock or construction paper or scrapbook paper, just any type of paper. And you're going to need maybe some paint pens or Sharpies. You're going to need some glue. I'm using Elmer's glue all, but you can use a glue stick. And you're going to need a pencil, some scissors. You may or may not need a glue gun. If you were making this one right here, I did attach the stems with a glue gun, but it's optional. And if you went with that, you would need you some fuzzy stems and maybe some bells to put on there. Or you could use pom-poms and just different things. And you're going to need a couple of round things that you can trace like with your pencil, and that's what I got my paintbrush and my styrofoam cup here for. So starting out, I took a piece of cardstock, and this is just a 12 by 12 piece, and I folded it in half. And once I folded it in half, I cut just directly down the center. I found down the center and I cut it, and then I took that, once I got it cut, I just folded it over to make like just a 6 by 6 card. Now you can also, as an option, get a ruler and size it down. You could make it a 5 by 7 or a 4 by 6, but to keep it simple, Miss Amy just went with a simple, just folded over once and made a 6 by 6. So the next thing I did while I was making my snowman, I had to trace with my pencil the bottom portion of the snowman, which I used a very small styrofoam cup. I traced it with the bottom here, and then for the middle of the belly, I did the bottom of this just regular, just paint, and I did the top around with this one because it's a little bit smaller. So now I'm just going to attach it, glue it down on the front of my card. So here I go. If Miss Amy's glue book cooperates. All I did was glue, and I began to place it down, and then I repeat that for the top, for the middle and the top, and I will show you what that looks like in just 1 second. Okay, I have glued my snowman on there, and I also took the liberty of taking my black paint pen, and you can get this at any craft store, shook it up, and I just began to make 2 eyes and a mouth. And beware, because Miss Amy just did this, but when you're trying to get your paint pen to come out, sometimes you got to push down on it to make the paint come out. You may want to try on a scrap piece of paper first, otherwise you might get your eyes a little bit big, which Miss Amy just did. But so learn from Miss Amy, learn from her mistakes. But now that I've got those on there, I'm going to show you how to do the nose, and I'm going to be doing that with an orange paint pen. And as you can tell from there, his nose on that one is kind of from the side, like a profile. So I'm going to shake my pen, and I'm definitely on my scrap paper going to try. And basically, I'm going to show you before I do it on the card, what you'll want to do is you're basically going to make just like a triangle, but to the side, like have it pointing to the side. And then just kind of do the shape, and then just go back, filling it in and kind of rounding it out until it comes to a nice good point like you want on there. Just kind of practice before you do it, and then you'll be ready to go ahead and do it on your snowman. And I'm going to bring his nose all the way off off of his body here, just because when I get ready to do a snowflake, I want to put it on the tippy end of his nose. So you give him a little bit of a longer nose, like that. And now, while we're waiting for that to dry really well, we're going to take our white paint pen, and we're going to write. You can write any message on it. That's the beauty of your do-it-yourself card, and fill in some snowflakes. So we'll be back in just 1 second. Okay, the nose is good and dry, and I have went ahead and I wrote any message, just on the outside of my card and on the inside of my card, and that has dried. And now I'm going to take still using my white paint pen, and I'm going to put in a snowflake, or I'm going to attempt to do one right on the end of Frosty's nose here. So I would recommend that you paint or try to practice a little bit on a scrap piece of paper. And so basically all it is just a line straight up and down, a diagonal from right to left, a diagonal from left to right, and one horizontal. And the only thing you're going to do is make like a point at the end of each of those lines, and you can make it as big or as little as you want it to be. As long as you're emphasizing those points, it makes enough to where you can tell that you have a snowflake. So I've practiced a few times. Now let's see if Miss Amy can do it for you all. So coming up, we'll make it decent size. I'm going to start right up here, bringing it down, tip, point. There's this one, this one, this one, and that gives the illusion of a snowflake on the end of Frosty's nose. So that's really all there is to this simple do-it-yourself card. All it takes is a few minutes, patience letting it dry, and you're in business with a cute little holiday message. So until next time, stay safe.